I'm going to show you a massive endgame exploit for Outriders. This one also comes from Ranks Plays, which I will link to his YouTube in the description below. This will let you get gold expedition ranking no matter how long it takes you. There's like an easier way to do it than even what he described, and I figured out like the best way to do this. So you can just take your time. You don't have to rush. You don't have to try to go fast. Even if you have gear that you can do it gold, you don't have to go fast. You can just chill and still get gold every single time in every single expedition. It's a straight up cheat. The first thing that you're going to need to know is how to change the system time on whatever device you're playing on. Depending on your PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox, whatever, or PC. For PlayStation 4, to start us off, you would go to Settings, and it would be down near the bottom. There is Date and Time, and then Date and Time Settings. Set it manually, and you'll need to know where this is so you can set it manually. For Windows 10, you're going to need to go down to the bottom and search Time, and then it'll say Change Date and Time, and it should take you to this. And then you're going to turn it off of Set Time automatically. You're going to change the time, and then that. You're going to need to know how to get to this in order to use this exploit. Also, if you're on PC, you want to just leave this open and open your game so you can just Alt-Tab out to this, because this is like a little bit confusing to find compared to PlayStation 4 where all the buttons are just right there in the console. As for Xbox, I have no idea. I'm so sorry, Xbox players. I don't own an Xbox. I have no idea where it is in the Xbox, but I showed you the PlayStation 4 one, so hopefully there's something like that on the Xbox and you can find it, but I have no idea where it is, so good luck with that, and I'm sorry. Now that you know where those things are, now you're ready. Now you can go ahead and do every expedition that you think you can actually beat. You still need to be able to beat the expedition. It's just that you have all the time in the world to do it. So pick an expedition, pick whatever challenge rank that you want to do in order to get your reward, whatever it is. For the purpose of this demo, I'm literally just going to do 4. I'm not even going to show you to it. I'm just going to skip to where we need to skip. So I'm just going to pick some random tier like 4. I'm going to start my expedition. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through the expedition, and you're going to stop before the boss room. That last chance that you get before no enemies are spawning, that's the time that you're going to want to stop. So I'm going to skip to that point, right before the final boss room. And again, at this point, getting to that part of right before the final boss room, take as long as you want. You could literally take 12 hours, and you will still get gold as long as you stop right before the final boss room. And I'll show you why. Okay, so here I am at the end of the mission. Now, if you know the mission by heart, it'll be a lot easier for you because you'll know exactly where to stop and you won't accidentally walk into the boss room. And you don't have to try to do this when getting swarmed by enemies, which is borderline impossible on a console. On PC, you can kind of do it because of Alt-Tab. Okay, so now that we're here, you see that I am at Silver Time. I purposely had to wait, but I'm at Silver Time. Okay, so I don't want Silver Time. I want Gold Time. Okay, well, let's use the cheat. So, whatever system you're on, you're going to go and try to get to your date and time settings. Then you're going to go to the date and time, set it manually, move it back 1 hour, hit enter or whatever, accept it, and then get out of that and get back to your game. You'll know that it worked because you'll come in and it's not even keeping track of time anymore, and it's like, I don't know, it's just broken now. So now you're going to go into the final boss room. Now you're going to fight the final boss. Also, I wanted to point out real fast that it may or may not, depending on the mission, just totally break your UI. And you'll see down at the bottom that it's not even keeping correct track anymore of my cooldowns. And there's just a lot of things going on with the UI that are completely busted. So you'll have to play like this, unfortunately, during the final boss fight. But hopefully that won't be too much of a problem for you if you're used to your character and the cooldowns. Okay, so once you kill the last enemy in the boss room, it'll do this. And it won't go through now. It'll literally be stuck like this. So what you're gonna have to do now is go back to your date and time, and you're gonna have to turn it back to automatic. You want it to set automatically, because if you do it manually, it might be off by like a few minutes or something, and that won't work. So instead of set manually, you're going to set using internet on PS4 or set automatically on a PC, and then hit set now for PS4. PC will be different. So now you go back in. Once you've done that, and now it'll pop up, and it'll say Gold Expedition, or whatever you want to call it. You got gold. I don't know what it's called, but you got gold. Okay, you got gold. I got 23 minutes. I got gold. I get 4 times whatever you get the reward. You get max drop pod resources. That's it. So that's the exploit. I don't know if this is bannable or not. I would hope not, since it's kind of just like a single player game. But I don't know. Hopefully, if they're gonna remove it, hopefully they just fix it and remove it, and then that just be the end of it. But So use at your own risk, but if you wanted to get gold challenge tier no matter what without having to actually try and just chill and just play however you want and then get to the end and just get it no matter what, then that's the way to do it. But it also does pros and cons, which is like it messes up your UI, which makes it really hard and confusing. Like I was playing right there without it recording, and it doesn't update my health bar perfectly, so it was really confusing to know how much health I had left. Also, if you want, you can attempt to do this in the middle of the boss fight, but you'll probably get killed depending. If you're on PC, you can do it. You can do it fast with Alt-Tab. Console, it's probably gonna be impossible unless you're in a group with somebody. And with groups, I'm not sure how it works, but I think I maybe know how it works. I haven't tested it, but I was playing with some random guy. I have to tell you this story. It's hilarious. I was playing with some random guy. We were going through, and I was like, I want to try this with the random guy in here and see if it works. And it did work for me, at least. I don't know if it worked for him, but I think it worked for him. So we were fighting, and the boss was almost dead, and I just stopped suddenly. I was the host of the party, so that probably matters. Host of the party. I suddenly changed it to the date and time, and then I come back in, and the boss wasn't dead yet, and then we kill the boss, and then I'm stuck there, and I can't, I have to go swap it or whatever. And he ran over to go get his stuff, but he could move normally. And then I don't know if he got it or not, but what happened next was really funny. He came back over to me, like, thought it looked like I was AFK, and I switched it back then, and then I got gold reward, and then I went over and got my stuff, and then backed off, and then he went up, and it looked like he got his stuff. I don't know if he got it or not. I don't know if that actually will work for him also or not, but it looked like he did, so I don't know, maybe he's just pretending. And then what happened afterwards is it looked like he looted it, and then he looked at me for like 10 seconds after he was done looting, and then he just left. And we had played, like, I was some random guy, but we had played like at least 3 to 4 expeditions together, and we were just doing great. And then suddenly he left as soon as I did that, and it made me think that it did work for him, but I can't confirm. You'll have to play with your friends to see if it works or not. But it makes me think that it did work for him, and then it scared him that he was going to get banned or something, like I was just hacking or something, and then he just left, which was really funny. But there you have it. That is the ultimate Outriders endgame exploit. This exploit is so ridiculously helpful, especially until you make it to the very, very end. Once you get an OP build, you can probably just beat tier 15 pretty easily, unless you're on console, because they've broken console aim. It might be a pain in the ass to not accidentally die and stuff, but you can probably get to a point. I mean, I've seen people on streams. You can definitely get to a point where it's pretty easy to get gold on tier 15, but all the way up until that very, very last point where you've basically just beaten the game, this exploit is so helpful because you're guaranteed to get gold, which gets you more legendaries, gets you more drop pod resources, gets you more titanium basically and everything, because you can sell drop pod resources and buy titanium. So hopefully that helps you out. Now you know the biggest exploit in Outriders that will probably get patched out. And so if you use it at your own risk, I hope they don't ban people for it. I almost feel like they won't, but I can't tell you what they think. But so use it at your own risk. If you're into cheats, you go ahead and use it. If not, that's fine too. But now you know about it. That is the biggest exploit in Outriders endgame. If this video helped you, consider helping us by subscribing to our channel. Tap this button over here and hit the red subscribe button. Subscriptions help a lot, even if you never watch our videos again. Ha 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 ha!